All right, Wolfpack, happy Tuesday. We got an exciting and interesting workout. Something I don't think I've ever programmed, or kind of the style. It's a little different. I've seen a lot of things of some other programs doing, and I thought it would be fun to implement. It's very beneficial for working on barbell cycling. And then as you get more fatigued, right, learning how to use your body more, breathe, all that stuff. So it's very, very beneficial from a cycling standpoint, and then just mixing in just a little bit of conditioning at the end, just some body weight stuff. Since it is a pretty intense week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we're doing some pretty intense Metcons and very CrossFit-y stuff. So kind of just wanted to add an interesting stimulus here on Tuesday, get you guys a great workout. And then this workout's going to be primarily about just like grit and how long you want to hold on to the barbell and how long your technique will allow you to hang onto the barbell. So it's kind of an interesting scenario. I'm excited for you guys to do it. Should be fun. It should be pretty challenging. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. So it's 12 minutes. You do have work to do every 3 minutes. And then once you finish the work, you get to rest the remainder of the interval. So there should be a little bit of rest since we are working on hanging on to big sets of this barbell. So you should be pushing yourself to hang on to the barbell a little bit longer than you normally would or than you want to, because we have a pretty extensive recovery period. Even this 200-meter run is going to kind of be treated as a recovery period. Okay, so bear with me. I'll go over this. And when you guys do it tomorrow, you'll do one round and it will make more sense. So every 3 minutes, 3, 2, 1, go. You want to do an unbroken set of as many hang, power, clean, and jerks as possible, right? So you deadlift the barbell up from the hips to the knees, right? You can track the bar, but once you get it to the shoulders, clean, probably a push jerk overhead, bring it back down to the hips. If you're proficient and you can bounce it off the hips, that's great. Back to the shoulders, overhead. If you got to hang, take a little bit of a hinge and go back into the next one. That's totally fine. But you're going to do as many of these as you can until you burn out, you fatigue, your form breaks down, or you want to break, okay? And then once you've broken, say this takes you 40 seconds, you're going to go do a nice, smooth recovery 200-meter run. We're shaking the arms out. We're breathing, right? We're taking this as your recovery run. So that takes you, a minute, 20 seconds. Come back in, then you have a 1 minute left in this interval. You're just going to rest the remaining time. Okay, so we should be pushing ourselves on the hang power cleans a little bit more than you would if we were doing this in like a Metcon. We're going to do a bunch in a row. And you also want to make sure that the things that you're doing in the hang power clean and jerk, right, you're still replicating good bar path, you're still replicating your breathing patterns, and you're not pushing yourself so far into this like unbroken set that you can't replicate any reps the next few sets. So typically when we do any unbroken stuff or AMRAP unbroken, you always want to stop a few reps short of complete fatigue or complete failure. That way you save a few in the tank. So if you get to 10 and you think, oh, stretching to 15 is going to be really, really hard, maybe do 1 or 2 more and then drop it, do your run, and then go from that. Okay, so your score is going to be reps on this over 4 sets. If you get 10 per set, then your score is 40. Okay, just make sure if you want to continue with your set, you don't drop the bar to the ground. You can rest at your hips, your chest, overhead, but once the barbell hits the ground, right, your set is terminated. Okay, so this is going to take us 12 minutes, and then you have a 2-minute rest, so everybody can kind of get, barbells out of the way, get your bearings back underneath you, and then we're going to have 2 rounds for time of a kind of a body weight sprint. It's going to be calories on the rower, so males 40, ladies 30. You got 40 box jump overs and then a 400-meter run. Okay, so we want this to be very intense. Since we aren't adding any weighted objects to this, you should be able to go faster than you normally do, since your heart rate will only be affected by your body movement. Okay, a lot of times when we're doing dynamic hinging, we're putting weights on our chest, right? The internal tension is increasing, blood pressure is increasing, heart rate skyrockets faster than it should. But since we're just doing body weight conditioning, right, you can typically keep your heart rate a little bit lower or a little bit more stable for longer, meaning you can push faster. So I challenge you guys to go a little bit above and beyond what you feel like you should or could, because not so far that you completely ruin the workout, but I think you can challenge yourself a little bit more on the rower, keep yourself moving on the box jump overs a little bit more, right? Take the run, a little faster than normal, but saving enough energy to then attack the second round. Okay, so this will be kind of fun to watch you guys get after this. But stimulus-wise, we want to make sure we choose a calorie distance on the rower that is probably, honestly, 2.5 to 3 minutes maximum. Okay, I think we'd err closer to the 2.5 minute marker That way we're keeping it intense. We're not on this machine for the longest time, right? It's just there to add blood to the legs, add a little bit of fatigue to the arms, since running with tired arms can actually be really, really tough. So I'd probably say shoot for 2.5 minutes on the rower. And then our box jump overs, again, we should probably be able to get through 15 to 20 or so in a minute, moving quickly, right? You can lateral bound these, you can jump, turn, step, but we want to pick a box height and a number that we can keep ourselves moving the entire time, right? Maybe we take a quick break at 15, rest, do another 10, rest, do another 10, 5, whatever, but we shouldn't be standing around the box very much. So if anything, lower the box height and keep yourself moving faster, right? 2 400-meter run, and then just repeat it for the second round. So pretty much you want to attack this first round as consistent as possible, and then you want to drop the hammer on the second round and really just empty the tank, especially on the last probably 20 box jump overs, and then the 400-meter run, you should be sprinting at the end. So I'm super excited about this. It's a very different day than I've programmed, and I think it opens up the door for a lot more really, really cool things that we can do with this. And just expands my crazy scientific workout brain. So I'm super pumped for you guys to experience all the goodness. Hope you guys have a fantastic Tuesday, and we'll see you in the gym. Bye.